Just say it. Just say it. Rip off the Band-Aid.
Podcast on camera.
I'm Justy.
I'm Anthony.
And I'm Amelia.
And we watched the new movie When Marnie Was There.
New?
I don't know what that bit was. You kind of started it.
Well, you didn't.
2014 is not new.
You gotta yes and.
Gotta yes and it. Gotta yes
so
and it.
It's not. I did lie about the new part. It's not a new movie.
It's very much not new.
It's from like the
12 years
1800s.
That's not true.
It's made by Studio Ghibli.
Sure.
And
No one's ever said it that way.
well, people don't agree on how it's pronounced, so I'm like, might as well mix it up a little bit.
So put just a weird ass C in there.
Ghibli. Yeah.
Ghibli.
Studio.
Studio Ghibli. Yeah.
And,
It's one of those episodes today.
I
It's one of the
have
real
no
off the
idea.
rails.
I think we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that today.
So Justin, please tell me.
That's me.
What is When Marnie Was There is about? It's such a weird title to put in the.
So when Marnie was dang it, now you did it. When Marnie Was There is a film about a young girl. Her name is Anna.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So she's having a lot of difficulties at home. She's very withdrawn and has a lot of internalized anxieties, and then we're looking at a coming of age story. She's like 12 years old or something, and she has a lot to learn about herself and how she fits into the world. So then after an asthma attack, she has asthma. They mention that
Only once, twice.
Yeah, a few times. And she's sent away to stay with she lives with her with the proper terminology be foster mother. Adopted. No, yeah, you're right.
Because
it's
not a
auntie.
foster.
No, you're right. It was adopted.
It's her.
Yes,
it's her
yes.
auntie.
She calls her auntie, but it's not her auntie. But she calls her auntie.
Yeah.
And she goes to auntie's relatives out in more like the countryside kind of area, where the air is fresh and there's new beginnings. And there she meets a she finds this wonderful swampy marshy mansion that holds another young girl around her age that she gets very fixated on and excited about spending time with, and they have quite the journey together.
And her name is
Marnie.
Yeah,
like the title.
Exactly.
Okay,
so you get it now.
So it wasn't a pointless title.
It was not a pointless title.
Okay.
No.
I got
very to the point.
I get concerned about that sometimes.
You
I don't
too,
want
yes.
to.
But was she there?
She, it's about when she was there, which is not always. Sometimes she's not there. And we got a comment that says hello. So let's. There's been a lot of nonsense so far.
When isn't there not a lot of nonsense?
I kind of want to start with Anthony's opinions on the movie.
Since he just watched
Anthony
it.
just watched it, and I'm under the impression his mind wasn't in it the whole time. But I could be wrong.
No.
And tell me I'm wrong. Feel free to. It's just by the time we got here, we were conversing with you while you were finishing up the movie. So maybe that's just my impression. Anthony, tell us about your movie going experience.
You were not wrong. I did just watch it. I woke up at 10 o'clock. I was supposed to get breakfast with you guys, but that didn't happen. 10 o'clock. And then Cameron's like, "Did you watch the movie?" And I said, "Nope. I'm gonna do that now." And I did.
Classic.
And it was actually very heartfelt. I actually really enjoyed it. As someone who believes in love, and as someone who, I'm trying to think of the right word without spoiling it.
Who believes in love?
Not love.
There's a lot of kinds
love is
of
part
love.
of it. Love and like spirits, and ghosts and woogly booglies.
Woogly booglies.
Woogly booglies.
A movie involving ghosts in a way that you don't really anticipate straight away coming in.
But it does. And I almost cried during the end because, I'm not going to spoil it because it was very heartfelt, that full circle moment. I kind of predicted a little that was happening, but it was a beautiful little moment. I fairly enjoyed this movie. The beginning I was half asleep for it. The end, I was fully awake for it when the coffee kicked in, and I'm not gonna rank it now, but I enjoyed it. One of the better Studio Ghibli movies. Although Studio Ghibli doesn't really have any bad movies. Let's be honest.
No, but they do have really, really good movies.
Or just good
And
movies.
they have when there was and then they have this movie.
What do you mean this movie?
Hot take. This wasn't a bad film, but like, is it Studio Ghibli's best? No.
So that's the take. That's the full.
It's kind of
That's the spoiler-free
That's my
take.
spoiler-free take.
Amelia, you've seen the movie before now, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I watched
What
it
was
again.
first watch
today.
experience like? What's the now experience like? What's the vibe?
I mean, I think the first time I was like, okay, no strong feelings. It was nice enough. Very much the Cameron one of like Studio Ghibli doesn't do bad movies, but it doesn't really stand out.
Yeah.
I think watching it again, I was quite impressed with like, except for like what the film is about, nothing really stuck. It was like watching it for the first time. Which is interesting.
Okay.
I did like it, but I also think it could have been better easily. Like, I think the last third was the best part. I think the
Yeah.
setup was cute.
Interesting.
But then
That's
there's
when the
like
story
a whole kind
happens.
of little where I was like, it's kind of just killing time.
There's for a long stretch of the movie, there's this overarching feeling of like waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? Because something's off about the situation, but there's still like you gotta piece together the specifics, and I didn't see, I didn't see the exact specifics coming. Well, we'll talk more about that in a moment.
I would say that I had one of two things in my head, and
Yeah.
this was the other, like not like this specifically, but like it was either one of two categories was happening, and this was one of the categories.
Sure, as movies do.
Okay. When we go into spoilers, I'll
Wait,
explain.
So,
But what was your experience, Justin, with this movie?
well,
Because you really wanted to see this. I think this was your pick for the.
I did because
Speech
I there's a few people in my life who've like really hyped this one up. There's I've only seen maybe like half of the Ghibli almost like bibliography.
filmography.
Filmography?
It's called a filmography.
We got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and-
all the films in a group is a filmography.
The film library.
Yeah.
The Disney Plus
Putting that on
category.
the big boy vocab words. Check.
So
it's on every Wikipedia article for any person within film. Yes.
I mean, okay. This movie does, I think, from a modern lens, very much read a certain way for the majority of its film run.
Yeah, that's the first category.
We'll dive more into that in a moment. I like a movie like this that's like very like steeped in its vibes, and that's always what Ghibli's gonna excel at. But I agree in terms of it's. I think the stuff that it does exceptionally well is also the stuff that they kind of back out of towards the end. So that's why I was intrigued by you saying third act, because I agree third act is where the meat is going on.
I think
a
Studio Ghibli film, and I've not seen as many as I think you or Amelia have.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is like my third Ghibli film, which is super low, because I saw Boy and the Heron, and then we also watched another Ghibli film together.
I mean, recently we did Mononoke.
And Mononoke, right?
Yeah.
And so
Okay, that's the only ones: The Boy and the Heron, Mononoke, and this one.
No, didn't you?
Those are all-
No, that's not Studio Ghibli. Never mind.
you were you about to say Your Name?
Yeah, it's not
I
Studio Ghibli. I
love
was gonna
Your
say
Your
that.
Name is not Studio Ghibli.
Right,
It's a great film.
But
But
this one's very
all of these films, like Studio Ghibli has a vibe.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like
if it's not Miyazaki,
it's kind of those like YouTube videos like 100 facts about this that you can fall asleep to.
Sure. Yeah.
If a Studio Ghibli film is like so comfy and cozy.
Yeah. It's even this film's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So I mean that's at the very least what I was going for. I mean it's this one's very much in the vein of if you've seen like a Whisper of the Heart or Only Yesterday. It's one of the more grounded ones. There's a fantastical element to this one, but it's very like It honestly could be explained away as
Yeah.
non-fantastical.
I think Amelia is now offended by me because I've only seen 3
We'll work on
Ghibli
that.
films.
That's why this is happening today. Based on the vibes here, I think I enjoyed it the most out of everyone here, but maybe not like exceedingly so. But there's a lot to say about it, I think.
Sure.
And because it's really intriguing, like piecing together like what's going on in this character's mind. Who she's not like the most emotive, and then that's how her mother describes her at the very beginning. She's ordinary, wooden, even, or specifically her face, ordinary wooden face. Which I would be devastated.
No emotion.
If that was me. Yeah, that you nailed it.
No emotion. Got no emotion. She just is
Let's
like.
kind of write up the points.
Maybe not like.
Let's give a point to Anthony.
Point to Anthony.
Point to Anthony.
Throw in the spoilers. Let's dive right into that because
It's not because I just watched it. That's how I know that. I'm just that good.
Jeez and crow.
So the 2 categories that I had was either that they're lovers or their family.
It was strong.
You got the family vibes from that.
Well, because
I'm
concerned
if that's
not that I got vibes, but I was just like, it's like a ghost. So like you're either gonna see a ghost for some sort of like love reason or some sort of like the ancestors kind of thing. Those are the 2 like.
It did make sense in that regard. Come the end of like, okay, I guess that's why.
Like I was leaning a lot more towards the romantic category for the longest time.
I think this is gonna be the biggest conversation, and that is it is like the like perfect, like thoughtfully done, like hyper specific, like queer youth, like kind of like coming of age romance tale, trying to this lead character trying to come into her own, and all these like societal pressures put on her, and like she doesn't know how to express herself, and she's artistic, and like she finds this person that like brings the life out of, and like back into her, and they're clearly like very like emotionally and seemingly romantically linked.
They do say "I love you" to each other.
A lot of "I love you" is a lot of blushing.
Yeah,
these like close, quiet, tender, intimate moments.
They have the dancing scene.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's cute,
and you really buy into it. So we're gonna cut to the chase and say, come the end, let's just speak on this as a whole, so we could digest this, off, and we can talk about the rest of the stuff after. But like this is like I think what a lot of people's takeaway is going to be. So let's really dive into it and say, so after all this, she sees this woman from this abandoned home that only appears sometimes, but sometimes this mansion comes to life. Seems to be high tide is the correlation, but not even always at high tide. Sometimes at high
full
tide.
Moon, because high tide always has a full moon, and at the full moon peak is when spirits come out. Pump, little info for you.
Point to Anthony.
2 points for Anthony.
Sure.
Can someone write this down, please?
No. So it's recorded, right, Cameron.
I'm not gonna look back on this later. You think I look at our episodes?
We're gonna rewatch it in like 10 years and be like, oh shoot, we gotta put down 2 points for Anthony. So the mansion will spring to life, and she's able to like communicate with people who have existed there, and it has this magical vibe, because you as an audience are like, well, we know this place looks abandoned most of the time, so something is up here.
Yeah, we
come to learn way late in the film that yes, she had never she hadn't lived there in a very long time, so in a sense there's a spirit of the mansion.
Was that a spoiler? I thought that was like very well within the first 5 minutes that you're like, oh, there's like spirits and ghosts, especially because they talk about it in the silo and everything. It really feels like, I mean, 100%.
There's no ghosts and spirits in the silo. It's just creepy looking.
Yes,
but they talk when they drive in. It's like, oh, the youngins think that there's like spirits.
There's questions of what level she's communicating with. Like, is there a like time weirdness element? Is it actually just fantastical and ghost? Yeah, I mean, your name definitely seeps into my brain with this a little bit. But is this someone who's alive and elsewhere in the world? Is this someone who is dead and residing here? She didn't die here, so it's not like her spirit exists here necessarily. There. But it could be that the rules of spirits, whatever. But we do come to learn that that Marnie, the person that she's, I think for a lot of people seems to have this romantic linking to. Actually, it has a very different emotional linking to her, grandmother.
Yeah.
Who lived there, then moved to where Marty eventually grew up, in the more like closer to the city area, and as a result, she, but she had her, Marty had her own daughter. Daughter was Amelia, who then had Marty.
Amelia.
Yes,
You know,
but Emily. Mom car crash. She lives with Marnie for like a year or two as an infant. But Marnie then dies as well, and then she moves to her adopted parents. So all this is a big blur to her.
Right.
She was told the stories from Marty when she's very, very tiny. I guess they seem to have stuck with her. That's why there's this unclear element. And I know I've been rambling for a while, but just table setting here, and then we could all whatever. But
I thought it was gonna be I thought it was the mom for a while.
Sure.
Like when they went back on Marnie's whole like history, when I forget what's her name, the artist. You just had Unico when she was talking about Marnie and her like story. I thought we were building up to Marnie's the mother, kind of thing.
No, it's an age difference. There's so much of an age difference with the mother though. You're talking like Marnie was alive back like
we don't
know.
We
Like,
know
century, early 20th century.
We didn't know
the
for
21st.
sure.
We also know when this movie's taking place.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like they have modern.
Does the movie take place in the
cars,
50s or the 90s?
This could be the 90s.
Back in the 90s, yeah.
True,
so that means the 80s. So I don't know. I thought it was I don't know if did you guys come up with that it was going to be the grandmother from the beginning, or did you think it was going to be a romantic thing, or what was your kind of thoughts?
I got
the beginning romantic, 100%. It wasn't until like it was just the dynamic didn't seem really family-ish in the beginning.
The tricky thing is, like, I'm watching it, I'm getting swept up in the romance while keeping in the back of my head, I'm like, but it can't be romantic. This is like mainstream Japanese studio oriented, kind of towards families. Like, I don't like, and it's not recent at all. Like, I know it can't be. There has to be like something different going on here. But I still let myself get swept up in the joy of romance, nonetheless.
So were you disappointed in the end because of it?
Let's get Amelia's thoughts first, because I've been talking for a while.
I mean, for me, it was honestly more confusing the second time, I think, because I remembered the whole drama thing. But then I was like, okay, this was a lot, like, I remembered it being quite gay baity, but I didn't remember it being that, like, she blushes, like...
It's over the top.
Oh, it's very in there, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, that's a weird way to set that up, but...
I think one of my bigger takeaways, like, there's a part of me that like wanted to like, because I was actually enjoying the film experience,
right.
And I wanted to give it some level of grace, and the first thing that pops into my head was, wow, how impressive that they wanted to make this like queer coming of age film, knew that they wouldn't be allowed to, and found a perfect way to like package it in a way that they could still do the stuff they want to do and just be like, and like there's an explanation for that isn't queer, you know?
But the explanation just feels so rushed. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah.
Maybe
that's,
but that's why
that kind of lends itself right to the a conspiracy theory that this was kind of like added on.
Yeah. I think if it had just been a vibe, like, because the whole like first 2/3 feel like a vibes film to me.
Yeah.
And then the story happens in the last act, and it's like, that's how a lot of Ghibli films work. Yeah, but the setup wasn't there, so that's why I think it doesn't fit. That's why I like the third act more than the first two.
It's always a film that like is with theming of like family connection, primarily in the very beginning and the end. You do lose that for a lot of the middle, or like seemingly so, because the film starts with these issues of how her auntie is perceived by her, and their connection and her concerns for her daughter. So like it's there. It's just I think the execution's a little weird in that how come the end of the film, like I wish there's a little bit more about uh Anna like growing that appreciation for her mother. Like it's there, but like I want the build up a little bit more because I see a lot of so much of it is about learning to appreciate like her roots
Right.
and the people who came before her with Marnie and learning about the story of her mother, which I'm sure is a wonderful like emotional experience for her. But being able to learn to like appreciate her mother like seems to be like a big thing come the end, but like yeah, I wish we had more pieces leading up to that where like she like recognized the value of a caretaker.
I mean, speaking of that, what did you guys think of Anna as a character?
Ooh.
I honestly thought she was really depressed in the beginning.
Yay.
Like she
Oh,
was
not
going
bad.
through some sort of like depression and not like an anxiety and it affecting her asthma rather than her actually having asthma. And she was just super antisocial, super not knowing like who she is or what she wants because, you know, she has had a hard childhood and a hard well, not maybe a hard upbringing, but like, you know, as a baby going into where she is at now, it wasn't the easiest. Like her parents died,
Well,
got to this foster family, doesn't really
mhm.
know them, doesn't feel biological to them. There's no really connection. Feels like they're just doing it for the money.
That concern, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like I like those like little things that like really end up hitting hard
Sure.
for Anna. These like specific things that bring her like a lot of like self-doubt, such as seeing how her auntie mother was getting paid.
Truly, I thought that she was whining. I don't know.
What?
Especially that specific moment when you're talking about that specific moment, I was
She's
like,
12.
that's fair. But I had the same issue with another movie recently. I forget which movie it was, where I was like, this is, oh yeah, I think when I watched Heartstoppers, where I'm like, this is so childish. And I'm like, oh yeah, they're kids.
Because
Yeah.
they're kids.
They're older kids.
They're older kids, but they're
Yeah.
still having kid problems.
But I'm saying like here, it's like this
Yeah.
12-year-old having these like very specific, like intimate issues and not getting herself. One of the first things said in the movie, 12 years old, it's a tough age.
Yeah.
No, I think like there was a couple of really nice moments, like when everyone, like when she doesn't want to show her art, and then when the teacher is like, "Oh no, I'll have a look at it," and you really see her like really hopeful of like, okay,
Yeah.
someone might actually appreciate it, and then he
Mhm.
goes away as well, where it's like you
Distracted,
see
yeah.
that, like there's all those bottled up emotions where she's like she has all these boundaries where she really wants people to come towards her, but then yeah, she makes it way too hard for them. And I think also when she insults the other girl in the village, like it's so silly, but also like I think it's kind of cute how like she's so obviously so ashamed of it, where she's like running away
gosh.
and like I'm a terrible person. Where you're like, yeah, because you keep bottling up your emotions, so obviously you're going to be a terrible human to everyone else.
Let's set that scene because I like to talk about that for a second at least. So while she's away on this trip, she you know her mom's family and another mother with a daughter try to set up the two daughters to go to this festival together.
Which in theory is really cute.
Yeah, which is in theory is really cute. But during it, she has this this moment where she like has this emotional burst where like she's overwhelmed, and during this period of anxiety, just spits out the words something along the lines
Fat
of
pig, right?
"You fat pig." So just this innocent girl is trying to like have a nice time with her.
It was very random.
And like it was, you know, you cringe up and you immediately know that she's did the wrong thing. But I'm still curious, like where that where like where that comes from. I think that's something interesting to decide. Where how do you take that, Beats?
Woof.
Woof.
Yes.
Yeah, it was tough. Like, I don't know. I was trying so hard to have sympathy for Anna, and it was really, really
That was the toughest parts. Yeah.
you know, it gets better after that. I think that's like the lowest point that we have for her as far as like that goes. Like not her emotional low point, but like sympathy for her, that I think is the lowest point for me. And then it starts to build a bit, especially because once she meets Marnie and kind of,
Yeah.
you know, starts to, you know, meet her more and more, it just feels so much more interesting. And like that she's like attaching to someone, you can see her coming out of her shell. But I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Emilia, what are you thinking?
I mean, I definitely agree, but I also thought that was kind of the point of the scene, because in the beginning she keeps being like, "Oh, I hate myself so much." So when she does that, you're kind of like, okay, because you have like, obviously she knows how to behave, and then when she does things like that, you're like, okay, like this is why you're so dissatisfied with yourself, because
Yeah.
you get yourself into this kind of situation.
Yeah.
I'm thinking still like the queer narrative thing. I'm like, oh, okay, it's because she's in this like this. Is dressed the wrong word. What during the formal terminology for the outfit? But it was this like longer feminine, pretty outfits,
traditional.
Yeah, and I thought like she just wasn't like connecting with what she was wearing, and there's just a lot of attention on her, and we've seen many times in the film the moment there's attention on her, she wants out of that situation immediately, and you get this like really raw burst of energy there that just goes so sour so fast, and even by the end of the movie it's not really like perfectly clear if she ends up apologizing for the comments, but the person that she made that comment to didn't like exactly forgive her, but still kind of opened the door for like, we'll try this again when you're here next year.
Yeah.
Which yeah,
and then I love the ending line where Auntie's like, "Is this a friend?" And then Anna goes, "We'll see." That made me chuckle. That line did make me chuckle. It's cute.
And it's nice seeing her like find her own way throughout the film, and I'm buying it towards the end. Like she needed to get in touch with something really really meaningful to her. In this case, it was like her family roots, and finding people who like are like understanding of her, finding someone who is also artistically inclined and in a way that's very supportive of her. And it took a lot for other people have tried. It's the first person who broke through to her in that way.
Yeah,
I really like Anna. How do you feel about Anna come the end?
Oh, I was like, she's cool.
Okay,
but like
you squashed the beef.
We squashed the beef. Yeah, we were cool. We were chill at the end. We got there.
It was just like Anna in the beginning.
Just needed, like,
that's just what I literally was saying. She comes across as like whiny kid.
That's all any kid.
She comes across as a kid.
Yeah, she's just a kid.
I'm sorry that you didn't have feelings when you were 12. Okay.
You can have happy feelings.
No, you can. You're not wrong.
She wasn't even really whining. She's just quiet.
When was she? Not at the very beginning.
She's more depressed than anything.
Yeah, and I mean, she was bottling up all that family trauma. I think the whole movie is kind of right about how the family trauma is
her parents die, and then her grandmother dies. She's gone through 3 different households.
The three of us assume like that someone has a story, and assume the best in others. No. But it sounds like you hear someone whining, you go, "Shut up! You probably have it perfect. You have no reason to be upset about anything." It's a movie, which, as we all know, in all movies, all characters have lived the perfect life up until now. There's no wound seen.
No, why would there be? It's a movie. There's no reason for growth in a film.
I want you to be curious about people.
Curiosity killed the cat and was revived by satisfaction.
What?
He brings up a point.
But you're telling me to not be curious.
No?
Yeah, curiosity killed the cat.
But then was revived by satisfaction.
Okay.
The cat was curious, which died. Which led to some concerns at first.
Mm-hmm.
Then revived. 9 lives. We learned that from Puss in Boots.
That's true.
It was The Last Wish. That was a podcast film. We gotta rewatch that one. Oh, then Anthony's also bringing up other points. Fingers, yes. How do we like Marnie?
Love Marnie.
Oh, okay. So Marnie's cool. No whining from Marnie, except for when there was.
Yeah, Marnie's bottling up her trauma much better by covering it with a
she's dealing
smile.
with it. She's like, she's being
We
like the
support
overly happy
people
person,
not expressing their emotions here.
Yeah, Marnie's grandmother is not a nice person.
Yeah.
What I'm getting from Cameron is that Marnie packages her trauma in a way that's more palatable to
I
him
don't
as
like
an
how I'm looking.
audience.
I don't like how I'm being perceived here.
Yes,
This is really bad.
because
uh,
Karen doesn't like when you're sad about your trauma. Karen likes when you
Cover
make
up
it
your
look like
trauma.
there's no trauma.
Yeah.
and is sympathy for Anna. I forget what the moment. Yeah, it was with the money thing. That's what
Okay.
really got me with Anna when she was
The
like,
money
"Oh
thing?
my auntie is getting paid to take care of me, therefore I'm not worth anything." I'm like, that's
That's a
That-
valid concern for a 12-year-old who has not
guess.
been talked to about that situation by her caretaker, and she's confused and thinks very lowly of herself. I'm sorry that she doesn't have the functioning mind of a however old you are. Like 12, Cameron.
it's fair.
And I mean, by the end, she also kind of realizes that it's not so much the money part that she's like scared of,
Yeah.
but more the of like, if she doesn't tell me, what does that? You know, it's all that insecurity. So
I did have sympathy for Anna by the end. It just took me a second.
Just the
at
end?
what point did the sympathy
By the end.
arise? At what point did it change?
I don't know.
What about her character
It was a
development?
natural
She found-
progression.
She developed a lot. She went from this little shy, little hate
I
the
think
world kind of
also
girl.
it doesn't
to,
help
like,
when you call someone a fat pig. I don't think that
It
really makes
slipped
me.
out. And she regretted
She felt
it
bad
immediately.
about
I
it.
know.
And she will face the consequences for the rest of her life.
And
She
I
does
mean,
stay awake thinking about that.
also, what I did think was kind of off about that one though is when she goes home and the auntie and everything. Like, I'm all for supportive parenting and just being like, okay, she's going through stuff, let's not scold her. But they were also like, yeah, that's an okay thing to say. Like, don't confront her.
I love them. I love them. They're great.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, she deserved that. I was like, that's wild.
Yeah, I was a little bit like, okay, I guess they're not taking the insult at the fact, but you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were great influence on her, obviously.
Great. Best influence.
Yeah.
You know.
We didn't even get a
Also,
ton
they
of
were
them.
not like
I was
concerned that
surprised
like
by
she
that.
would not come home at a certain time. Like if I
Yeah.
left
They didn't
at
care.
her
They want her
age,
to
and I came home at
live.
like 1 a.m. or like 12 at night, my parents would be like, "Yo, what?" They would be searching.
But also,
eyes
like,
over.
in this little village, what's gonna happen? You getting mugged there? Like, come on.
Yeah,
These
and
are
I
not
think
weather and
she
nature
needs- right, she
concerns.
needs that kind of like trust and independence to
Yeah.
grow up herself.
Although,
so.
did she deserve that? Because multiple times she gets, at least once, she comes back home unconscious.
Yeah.
Nice.
Twice? I'm like, at that point, maybe we need to start worrying about Anna.
But
What?
see,
The
if
first,
we're
second time was
talking-
ammonia.
But her asthma's healed, so
It's cured, and that's what counts.
yeah.
If you go
And
to the
she's a nice
hospital and
person.
you for asthma issues and you come out fully healed and you just happen to have another like deadly sickness, that's a win. Like you got what you went there for.
I made rash decisions, rash judgment on Anna. I do realize that.
Point for me. Point for me. So top 10 romance moments in when Marnie was there. Go.
All 10?
List them off, Cameron.
When they dance.
They dance.
When the moment when she, although she already she doesn't know yet, when she forgives her, when she
Forgives
forgives
her.
Marnie.
Yes.
When they're up, yeah.
You got all 10. Good job, Cameron.
Thank you.
There's
What about your top 10 moments?
okay. They dance.
Yeah.
They do the flower stuff.
It sounds so bad.
It does not actually. They share the three fun facts with each other because
That's true. That's a
they
cute
set the
moment.
system. They have the separate section where it's a secret keeping. They call each other their little secrets. It's the queerest film I've ever seen. It's crazy. And it's clever because they were able to make this film because without the twist at the end that they did like maybe half-heartedly, maybe we don't know.
Maybe the
they-
director has like a
to make
secret
the
director's
film
cut where
happen,
it's
it's
just
Okay,
the whole
maybe they
drama
don't.
part.
They tried to make it. Sorry, what'd you say?
But maybe the director just has like their own little director's cut where it's just without the ending and it's just them being.
There needs to be something at
The
the end
execution
to
is
bring it together.
half-hearted.
Sure, I mean, is it because do you not like that? It's like let's sit down for backstory time.
No, it's because there's no build-up for the whole entire film up to this point.
We know, that she's passed, but you're right. We don't know about there's nothing indicating the familial connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's fair.
Anna. We keep seeing Anna as a child with a doll that looks like Marnie.
Yes, I thought that would relate to something,
Yeah,
but
and in fact, doesn't really.
no. Maybe like she picked. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Yeah, at the end it was kind of like, oh, you just remembered your grandma, and it's like,
I was gonna say unless, and there's a flaw in this concept. Unless the whole thing had nothing to do with ghosts, it was kind of just hallucinatory, and she pictured the doll in place of this grandmother figure that she heard these stories from when she was very tiny. But then I'm like, okay, but then she draws out Marnie, and then someone else is able to recognize her. So
Yeah.
no, there factually is a supernatural element.
It's a Studio
here.
Ghibli film. Of course, it's a supernatural
then
element.
also
Not
when
at
the
all,
other
though.
girl
Not at all.
says,
A lot of them. A lot of them.
but when the other girl says like, oh, are you Marnie? I found her diary. Like, I found your diary. Then Anna's all like, you can't know about
That was
Marnie because she's my imaginary friend. Like, she basically
Yeah.
says that everything that
Interesting.
happens is just her.
I love that jealousy.
Nice.
There's a lot of jealousy in this movie as well.
Here's also why I don't like Anna. I'm not a big jealousy person. Like towards the beginning, and then she gets better about it.
When in the beginning is there jealousy
I don't
stuff?
know.
It's not like till like the middle where
I guess it's the middle.
she like starts to be like, okay, the painter lady, Yoriko, I believe the name is, like is familiar with her, so there's a little weirdness there. There's this other girl who finds her journal, but she doesn't get that jealousy feelings there. Then her, Marnie's future husband shows up, and that's like another like big like
Yeah.
here's a
Yes,
queer.
it's so mad when
Yeah,
like,
at that point I was like, oh, for
the
sure, this
kid's
is.
name.
It's very queer coming of age of like that realization of like, oh man, this person I have feelings for, I don't have a shot because gender, and then just the worries of like normativity setting in, and like it's kind of like seems to be like a reality check moment. It could be painted in that way of like, oh shoot, I forgot that I'm different. Like I got swept up in my fantasy here. Oi.
Boy.
And then it turns out that I love the fantastical way though of like she is the spirit, and like she's putting it, but like see, it still is that like weird romance element despite the weirdness of the twist, in that like she's putting Anna in the place of her eventual husband in these flashbacks, so like there has to be like these like similar feelings. It's
Do we
weird.
think that Anna is
it's a little icky in that
Do
way.
we think
but,
that Anna is gay?
Yes.
have you seen her?
Like,
1,000.
so she fell in love with her own grandmother.
Well,
No.
Cameron, we don't need to we don't have to say things out loud.
I mean, she was lonely, and
No,
she.
not deny that we just keep these things to ourselves. I mean,
I mean,
didn't know,
the
like,
movie
that it was
is
her own
messy
grandmother.
all of
in
these
that way.
stories.
Wait, everyone just spoke at literally the same time.
Amelia first.
Oh, sure. I mean, she's lonely and she's imagining this pretty young lady. Like,
Yeah.
who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't, Cameron? Anthony?
She didn't know it was the grandmother. It's just at
She
that
didn't
point, it's the
know
same
Cameron.
age. She's not a 9-year-old woman.
Let her
That's-
fantasize.
Okay.
It's like Epidus the king, or what's the Greek mythology story?
Oedipus?
You mean Oedipus?
That one. Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay.
You missed the Odyssey episode. We had a lot of Greek words there.
I haven't seen Odyssey, so,
You
I'm
I
watching.
guess we did.
Are
I
you
guess we had
okay?
Greek words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, Odie.
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 Oh, Odie. What a messy little experience. I I think we're fine to like rate/rank, and then we could come back to any addition lingering thoughts.
Well, gang, as we do, it's time to rate
Right.
that
Movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Ghibli.
What?
This Ghibli film.
I do you want me to start?
It can't be me because I didn't do it yet.
Oh, great.
So keep at
Why doesn't Anthony start since he watched the movie
Most recently.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Is that it? Thumbs up?
No, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed
Ooh,
it.
I also
It
give
was
it a 7 out of
entertaining.
10. So
okay.
it's solid.
It was fun. Like, I don't know if I would watch it again. I didn't hate my experience watching it.
You hate your
It was
experience
enjoyable. It was
watching it?
cute. No, I said I did not hate my experience
okay.
watching it. It was adorable. It was cute. It was sweet. That's all I wrote, folks.
Emilia, thoughts?
Yeah, 6 out of 10. I think it was nice
Ooh.
enough, but yeah.
And then
The
it's
competition is the Studio Ghibli standards are just
that's
very
true.
high.
Well, that's what I was saying before. It was like there's like Studio Ghibli has like a very high floor of films. And like I feel like this is like the floor so far. And like
We gotta get you to watch. I think you need to watch Whisper of the Hearts. I think that one's gonna be your vibe in terms of like these like more grounded Ghibli films. Anyway, move forward.
rank that movie, Justin.
We have a separate one now.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Just for you.
wow, golly. This is off the cusp here. I think if anything, this might drop a little bit, but out of the 69
Nice.
podcast. Out of the 69 podcast films that I've seen so far, I currently placed it at number 37, kind of middle of the pack here. I currently have it, it's such a weird bunch here, but I have it under The Shining and The Color Purple. I have it above.
Those are two very different movies.
I have it currently above The Nightmare Before Christmas, which I think a lot of other people like more than I do, and Masters of the Universe. I could see dropping.
Wait, how are those two movies in this like right next to each other? I think that's my biggest offense.
I'm more impressed by Nightmare Before Christmas, but I'm actually Masters of the Universe. I thought really worked. Did you not? I was really into it. I thought the comedy landed. maybe I gotta rethink that one. I don't know. I'll look back on that one. Listen, it's harder to rank when it's like the middle of the pack movies.
That's fair.
The top and the bottom are so easy to rank.
I think my issue is that Nightmare Before Christmas is in the middle for you. I would put that higher.
Nah.
Nah.
It's like I like it. I'm not crazy into it. There's a lot of like films I think in that genre of like these like very specific pieces that are a little otherworldly.
It's a high concept movie.
Don't talk to me about the high concept, low concept definitions. Everyone uses those words differently.
But because it's because it's Tim Burton's story, it's a musical, but not directed by Tim Burton. But it's also like this whimsical with the like Christmassy and the Halloween.
Okay, and you're right. Yeah. You're using it right. Yeah.
I know how to use film terms. You know,
a lot of people don't. I hear high concept and my brain turns off because I'm so expecting people to just say nonsense. But the same thing with character development, as though that's the same thing as character growth. I'm like brain off by okay, because I'm I guess stuffy. Stuffy. I can't. I'm snobby. Snobby.
It is. So this is the lowest ranked Studio Ghibli film that I've seen so far.
Out of 3, I like better than Boy and the Heron.
Out of 3, Cam?
I'm not crazy about Boy and the Heron.
Really?
No,
I loved Boy and the Heron.
I'll watch this again.
It's like comparing apples to oranges. Maybe apples to Grammy apples, maybe. That's a terrible analogy for my statement.
No, it's all the same studio. I'm ranking 3 movies within the same made from the same studio.
But that's like comparing Endgame to Spider-Man to
Okay,
yeah.
what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
To Iron Man.
Ranking is about what resonates with you more. Like it's you could do that with 2 completely different films by genre. Like
and these are similar genres.
And this is very similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only difference is Heron is like leans a lot more into the fantastic.
I love that though.
I like that about the movie. I'm just not
I love
crazy into the movie. It's just not my vibe.
I mean, Amelia, you've seen a lot of Studio Ghibli films. Where does this rank among your Studio Ghibli?
Sounds like it's lower. Go on.
It's probably the lowest. I mean, honestly,
out of all of them.
I tried.
I think so. Out of all the ones I remember at the moment, yeah. I think also I wasn't that keen on The Boy and the Heron. I also don't like Ponyo that much.
I really like Ponyo. but I get it. It's not that one's not gonna be for everyone.
Yeah, and The Wind Rises, like the recent Miyazaki things just haven't hit that much for me.
I haven't seen Wind Rises. I hear great things about it.
When is that coming out? Or is it out? It's been out?
It's maybe like the 3rd newest Ghibli film, something like that. 3rd or 4th.
I mean, do we think that Miyazaki's Studio Ghiblis are usually higher than? Because I've only seen
his tend to be more popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is not,
I think
not
also
Miyazaki.
because, I mean, the thing that also it has, like The Boy and the Heron has, is it's still so big and so like there's so much creativity in it. While this one is so like it's very minimal in all the fantastical elements, so it's a lot harder to get that full. Yeah, like it's just harder to tell the story in a way that is.
Yeah,
it just feels like an imitation of a Studio Ghibli film to me. This one does not, like, you know what I mean? It's like it feels like it's trying to reach for a standard that it just doesn't have.
Well, Millie, you just talked about Heron, right? And you're talking.
Were you talking about
Marnie?
Yeah.
No, I mean this one. Yeah.
Oh, you meant this one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure we're on the
like
same page.
Compared to The Boy and the Heron, like it's this one is so minimal. Still, but I mean, I liked Arrietty. It's the same director as Arrietty. But also he did a couple of films after with Studio Ponok, which no strong feelings. I think the director for me just kind of has a way of telling stories where I'm like, you have the emotional core, we're just not really getting to it. Like with this film as well, I think the setup, like I think it takes, I was really surprised how long it takes before we see Marnie for the first time, because I think it's like a good half hour, maybe even 40 minutes into the film.
Through? Really?
No, like I think
maybe a little past the 3rd mark.
I didn't mind that.
Yeah. So like I liked all the setup. I was really surprised how late she comes in. But then I feel like very little development happens in the part where Marnie is there. And then at the end, all of a sudden, it all comes together and she's a new person. And I was like, okay, but we skipped the whole part where she reflects on anything and learns anything. And we went straight from things are happening to the experience has changed me.
We skipped the whole character development, character growth.
Yeah.
Which are the same thing.
-1 point for Cameron.
No.
2 points for
Yeah,
Dustin.
so I think the second act was just the problem. I think the first act was really nice, like the whole setup. But then also in the middle, I think I just missed. Because in the setup, you have like the other girl that she meets. There's like neighbors. You have the guy on the lake. And then that's all kind of skipped until the end where she wraps it up. And I think I would have wished to have more of the non-Marnie stuff also sprinkled in a Marnie bits, if that makes sense. Yeah. Oh well.
I think Marnie really was there in the end.
Yeah.
I just don't think too much about it.
Yeah. Any last thoughts on When Marnie Was There? What?
Oh, I have a note. I wrote there's so many coincidences.
Well,
like the fact that the grandma is from the same town as the relatives of the lady that adopted her. I was like, it's movie logic, but I feel like
is that the relatives of the movie?
Small world. ghost.
Well,
What?
She moved to, Marnie moved to a town, and she was caretaking for Anna.
Yeah.
So, assumedly, when Marnie had passed away, Anna was then taken in by someone local in that same
Sapporo.
community.
Because they were all from in Sapporo, and then she goes to the relatives of the lady that adopted her, which
But no,
happened
yeah, so
in the
it's
same
very,
village
very coincidental
as-
that she has relatives that live in that same spot. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Especially after she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, people don't really come here." I was like, "Okay, so the
What are the
three
odds?
people that come here are the same people, apparently."
Sometimes destiny works its funky little ways.
Yeah, movie logic, I guess.
It's, yeah. What?
No, nothing.
Don't ever look at me.
Anyway.
There's a war starting.
If you are not watching this live, which most of you aren't, you should join us on Patreon. You will join our Discord. You can watch this live as we record them, give your thoughts and your feelings, and even maybe determine what movies we watch.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. This has been another episode of the Capcom Podcast. I'm Cameron.
Still Justy.
And Amelia.
And I, because y'all aren't in it, will see you next week for Inglourious Bastards.
That's next week.
It is next week.
Wow.
Bye!
Glub. Point for Anthony.
So many points